The car doors locked with a loud clunk at exactly 3 a.m. I yanked the handle, nothing. Again, still nothing. The Uber driver didn't turn around. He just stared straight ahead into the empty dark road and whispered in the creepiest voice I've ever heard, "We're not alone." My heart slammed against my chest so hard I thought it would break my ribs. The child safety locks were on. I couldn't open the doors or the windows. The street lights were gone. We were in the middle of nowhere outside Chicago, surrounded by nothing but dead cornfields. I screamed, "Let me out," but he only pressed the gas harder. Then he said it again, slower, like he wanted me to feel every word crawl under my skin. "We're not alone." I looked in the backseat for anything to smash the window. Nothing. My phone showed no signal, just the little spinning wheel of death. That's when I saw it in the rearview mirror. His eyes weren't looking at the road anymore. They were looking at something, or someone, sitting right next to me. I turned my head fast. The seat was empty, but I swear I felt cold breath on my neck. That's where the real nightmare started, but let me take you back to how I even ended up in that car. My name is Ashley Thompson, I'm 22, and I live in a small apartment in downtown Chicago. Last Friday was my best friend Megan's birthday. We went to a club on Rush Street, danced until our feet hurt, and drank way too many colorful shots that tasted like candy. By 2:30 a.m. we were laughing in the bathroom, taking selfies, promising each other this was the best night ever. Megan found a boyfriend in the crowd and left with him. I was alone, tipsy, and too tired to wait for the train. Uber was only 8 minutes away. The app said the driver's name was Victor M. His car was a black Honda Accord, 4.9 stars, thousands of trips. Safe, right? I even remember thinking, good, almost 5 stars. I slid into the backseat and instantly closed my eyes. The car smelled weird, like wet leaves and something metallic. I didn't care. I just wanted my bed. Victor never said hello. Most drivers at least ask how your night was. He stayed quiet, which was fine with me. The radio wasn't on. The only sound was the engine and my own breathing. 10 minutes in, I opened my eyes to check where we were. The route on my phone looked normal, straight down I-90 toward my place. But something felt off. The streets started getting darker. Fewer lights. Fewer cars. I sat up straighter. "Hey, this isn't the highway," I said, trying to sound polite. No answer. He just turned off the main road onto a narrow 2-lane strip surrounded by corn that hadn't been harvested yet. The stalks were tall and black against the sky. My stomach dropped. I refreshed the app. The little car icon was still moving, but the road it showed didn't match what I was seeing. "Excuse me, sir? You missed the turn for the highway." Still nothing. I leaned forward. "Victor, please turn around." That's when he finally spoke, so low I almost didn't hear it. "Shush. They are listening." I laughed at first, nervous laugh, the kind you do when you're hoping someone is joking. But he wasn't smiling. His knuckles were white on the steering wheel. I looked at the doors. Red child lock lights glowed on both sides. My phone now said no service in big gray letters. The car slowed down. We were completely off any road I recognized. Corn pressed against the windows like it wanted inside. I started banging on the glass. "Stop the car. Let me out right now." That's when he hit the brakes hard. My body flew forward, seatbelt cutting into my shoulder. The doors locked with that terrifying clunk. He turned his head just enough for me to see his face in the dashboard light, eyes wide, mouth trembling, and whisper the words that still wake me up screaming. "We're not alone." And then the backseat got colder than ice. The air in the backseat turned so cold I could see my own breath. My fingers went numb inside my jacket pockets. I whipped my head left and right. No one was there, but the seat next to me looked pushed down, like something heavy just sat on it. The leather creaked even though the car wasn't moving. Victor's voice cracked like he was about to cry. "Don't look at them, Ashley. Whatever you do, don't look at them." How did he know my name? I never told him my name. I forced my mouth to work. Who are you talking about?" He didn't answer. Instead he rolled the windows down 2 inches. Wind rushed in, freezing and loud, carrying the smell of wet dirt and something rotten. Then I heard it, scratching. Long nails dragging across the outside of the car, slow, like someone was feeling for a way in. Scratch, scratch, scratch. I pressed myself against the door. The scratching stopped right by my window. Something blocked the moonlight for a second, a tall shadow standing in the corn. I couldn't see a face, Just blackness taller than any person should be. My whole body started shaking. Victor suddenly slammed the gas. The car jumped forward, tires spitting gravel. The shadow disappeared behind us. I screamed. What was that? He was breathing so fast it sounded like he was hyperventilating. They follow the car after 3 in the morning. They always follow the car. I didn't understand anything he was saying, but terror glued me to the seat. My phone finally got 1 bar of service. I opened the Uber app to hit the emergency button. Only the ride was gone. Completely disappeared. No driver photo, no license plate, no trip. It was like I was never picked up at all. The road got narrower. Corn stalks slapped the windows like hands trying to grab us. Victor kept checking the rearview mirror, muttering numbers under his breath. 7, 8, 9. I realized he was counting something behind us. I turned around. Far back, between the rows of corn, tiny lights were moving, pale blue, floating low to the ground. At first I thought they were fireflies, but fireflies don't line up perfectly and follow a car doing 60 miles an hour. There were more every second. 10 lights became 20. 20 became 50. A whole army of glowing dots racing after us in complete silence. Victor yelled, "Cover your eyes if they get close." I didn't listen. I couldn't look away. The lights started rising higher, spreading out, forming a perfect circle around the car even though we were flying down the road. My ears popped like we drove off a cliff. The temperature dropped again, so cold my teeth hurt. Then the radio turned on by itself. Static, loud and angry. A little boy's voice came through, clear as day. "Let us in, Ashley. It's cold out here." I lost it. I kicked the back of Victor's seat. "Stop the car. Let me out." "I don't care anymore." He shouted back. "If I stop, they take you first. I'm trying to save you." The blue lights were right at the windows now, pressing against the glass. Faces started to appear inside the glow, pale kids with black holes for eyes, mouths open way too wide. Their hands left wet prints that steamed in the cold. Victor took a sharp turn onto a dirt path I didn't even see coming. The car bounced so hard my head hit the roof. Corn stalks broke against the windshield. One of the things outside kept perfect pace with my window, staring straight at me. It raised a hand and waved, like it knew me. We burst out of the corn into a clearing. An old gray barn sat in the middle, doors hanging open. Victor aimed straight for it. I screamed as we crashed through rotting wood. The car slid to a stop inside, dust and splinters raining down. Everything went quiet. The blue lights stopped at the barn door. They hovered there, hundreds of them now, waiting. Victor killed the engine. In the sudden silence I heard dripping, water hitting the floor under the car. I looked down. A dark puddle was spreading from the back seat toward my shoes. It wasn't water. Victor turned around for the first time. His face was covered in sweat even though it felt like a freezer. His eyes were bloodshot and huge. "They can't come inside holy ground," he whispered. "This barn was a church once. We're safe, for 7 minutes." Then he pointed to the rear windshield. Written in the dust, in handwriting I recognized from my own childhood diary, were 4 words. "We see you, Ashley." The words in the dust glowed faintly blue, like the lights outside were burning them into the glass. My own handwriting from when I was 9 years old, the same loopy A's and big round Y's I used when I wrote Ashley Thompson 1,000 times on my school folders. My throat closed up. I couldn't scream anymore. I could barely breathe. Victor's watch beeped. 6 minutes left, he said, voice shaking. "When it hits 0, the ground stops being holy. They'll come in." I stared at the puddle on the floor. It had reached my sneakers now. It smelled like the lake behind my grandma's old house in Wisconsin, the one where kids said a school bus sank in 1978 and no one ever found the bodies. The smell made my eyes water. "Victor," I whispered, "why do they know my name?" He didn't answer right away. He was digging in the glove box, pulling out a little silver cross on a broken chain and a half-empty bottle of holy water from some church gift shop. His hands shook so bad he dropped the cross twice. "Because you let them see you," he finally said. "Last summer. The cemetery on Route 12. You and your friends broke in at night for pictures. You stood on the grave of the little boy in the yellow raincoat and laughed. You said his name 3 times as a joke. Remember?" My stomach flipped. I did remember. Megan dared me. We were drunk and stupid. The grave said Jacob Miller, 1971 to 1978, taken by the water. We thought it was funny to call him. Nothing happened that night. We left at sunrise and never talked about it again. But something must have followed me home. Victor's watch beeped again. 4 minutes. The blue lights started moving closer to the barn doors. The wood groaned like it was hurting. Shadows stretched across the floor, long fingers reaching for us. I started crying. What do they want? Victor looked at me with the saddest eyes I've ever seen. They want the one who called them. That's the rule. 1 soul for every soul they lost in the water. You woke them, Ashley. Now they want to take you back with them. The temperature dropped so fast the holy water in his hand froze solid and shattered on the floor. 3 minutes. He grabbed my wrist hard. Listen. There's one way out. You have to give them something else. Something alive that belongs to you. His eyes flicked to my left hand. My silver promise ring from my mom, the one she gave me when I turned 16. It has my birthstone in it. A tiny piece of me. Throw it into the water, he said. The puddle. It counts. It has your bloodline in it. I didn't want to. That ring was the last thing Mom gave me before the cancer took her. But the barn doors started splitting. Little hands, pale and wrinkled like they'd been underwater forever, poked through the cracks. 2 minutes. I ripped the ring off my finger. My skin tore a little and a drop of blood hit the floor. The puddle rippled like something underneath was excited. Victor started praying fast in words I didn't know. I held the ring over the black water. My hand wouldn't move. The hands at the door were almost inside. 1 minute. I screamed and threw the ring. It landed with a soft plop and sank instantly. The puddle bubbled, then turned clear, like someone sucked all the darkness out of it. The blue lights outside blinked once, twice, then vanished. The barn doors stopped cracking. The cold rushed away so fast it felt hot. Silence. Victor's watch beeped 0. We sat there for a long time. The only sound was our breathing and a soft dripping from the roof. Finally he started the car. The engine coughed but turned over. He backed out slow. The cornfields looked normal again. No lights. No shadows. He drove me all the way home without another word. When he stopped at my apartment, the doors unlocked on their own. I stumbled out. He rolled the window down just enough to say, "Never call their names again, Ashley. And never go near water after 3 a.m. Then he drove away. I still have the scar on my finger where the ring used to be. Some nights, when I'm falling asleep, I hear dripping under my bed. And sometimes, just sometimes, I wake up at 3 a.m. exactly, and my phone shows one new notification. A single water drop emoji from an unknown number. I never answer. And I never, ever take Ubers after midnight again.